Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautifully chaotic day in the soap world, and I am so ready to dive into the madness with all of you because I am literally shaking after watching that latest episode. I cannot believe they did that. I am sitting here typing this up late at night, the episode just ended, and my jaw is still on the floor. I am half celebrating because the drama is absolutely delicious, and I am half complaining because, seriously, are we ever going to be free of this man? You all know exactly who I am talking about. Peter August. Just when Anna Devane thought it was safe to go back in the water, just when we thought she was finally getting her mind right in France, Peter freaking August appears in her clinic vestibule like a venomous shark circling his prey. I screamed. I literally screamed at my television screen. Let us just break down this incredibly spooky conundrum because I need to get this out of my system before I explode. So, the July 2 episode gave us what we thought was going to be a triumphant healing moment for Anna. She is in this psychiatric facility in France, right? She has been through absolute hell for the last 9 months. She was kidnapped, gaslit, drugged out of her mind by Ross Cullum and Jen Sidwell, and held in that miserable prison apartment at Windermere. She was put through the psychological ringer, and then they carted her off to France to piece her shattered psyche back together. And it looked like she was doing it. She just had that brilliant breakthrough where she convinced Felicia Scorpio that Cassius Faison has been masquerading as Nathan West this whole time. That was classic genius Anna Devane. She pulled that gray envelope from Emma's letters, she put the pieces together about the DNA swap and the cremation, and she proved she still has the sharpest mind in the WSB. Felicia even apologized for doubting her. Her therapist officially released her to return to Port Charles. It was a beautiful, full circle moment. But then, she is standing in the vestibule of the clinic. She has her bags. She has that give them hell expression on her face. And suddenly, the camera pans, the lighting gets all moody and horrifying, and there he is, Peter August, smirking that evil, condescending smirk. What gives? Are we seriously doing this again? I know some people are loving this psychological thriller angle, but personally, I am terrified for what this means for Anna's future. Wait, I am getting ahead of myself. Let us rewind for a second and talk about the history here. Because if you have been watching for years like I have, you know how deep this trauma goes. Peter appeared on our screens back in 2017, and he basically terrorized Port Charles until his very overdue death in 2022. And who killed him? Felicia Jones. Felicia took a literal tire iron and ended his reign of terror to protect Maxie Jones. It was iconic. It was legendary. But the darkest part of that whole night was Anna's involvement. Anna was right there. She witnessed the crime, and she did not save him. She checked his pulse, she made sure he was a goner, and she let him cross over. And you have to remember the twisted family dynamics here. For years, Anna thought Peter was her own son with César Faison. She carried that maternal guilt, that desperate need to save him, to redeem him. Even after she found out that her evil twin sister Alex Devane was actually Peter's biological mother, Anna still felt responsible for him. She let her nephew die on the floor. That kind of guilt does not just wash away with a few therapy sessions in France, because we have seen this happen before. Remember earlier this year, during her captivity at Windermere? When Cullum and Sidwell were drugging her, she was having massive hallucinations of Peter and his father, César Faison. We all assumed that was just the chemical cocktails frying her brain. We thought, okay, she is detoxing in France, the drugs are leaving her system, she is getting her sanity back. But the sight of Peter in that vestibule is a frightening, glaring reminder that Anna could still be profoundly unwell. The drugs might be gone, but the psychological scars are bleeding wide open. And this is where I start to get really, really worried. Because General Hospital head writers Elizabeth Corte and Chris Van Etten recently dropped a massive spoiler in an interview, they hinted that Anna would return back home to Port Charles with deadly intentions while being influenced by an unreliable source. Am I the only one who is connecting these dots and absolutely freaking out? Peter August is the unreliable source. He is her dark passenger. He is the unstable narrator feeding Anna's unconscious mind. Think about the implications of this. Anna Devane, the former police commissioner, the legendary WSB super spy, returning to Port Charles as a rogue agent taking orders from a hallucination of the most evil man she ever knew. I am sorry, but that is both completely terrifying and absolutely brilliant television. I hate that Peter is back on my screen, but wait, if Peter is the catalyst for Anna going full vigilante assassin, I am kinda here for it. I am contradicting myself, I know, but I am just so emotional about Finola Hughes getting this kind of meaty, dark material. She is a powerhouse. Give her the Daytime Emmy right now. Just hand it to her. But seriously, who is she going to target with these deadly intentions? Ross Cullum? Jen Sidwell? I mean, they absolutely deserve it for what they did to her. Cullum is running around Spoon Island, trying to escape with a cold fusion prototype, plotting to kill Jocelyn and Liesel Obrecht. Sidwell is holding ADA Justine Turner hostage at the Jerome Art Gallery and shooting Ethan Lovett. Port Charles is a complete mess right now. If Anna comes back as a lethal weapon, guided by the ghost of Peter August, she might just clean up the town in the most bloody, ruthless way possible. But what if she targets the wrong person? What if Peter's hallucination manipulates her into hurting someone she loves? Things were looking so well for Anna. Does the appearance of Peter signal a deeply rooted problem with her psyche that is going to endanger her family? We have to worry about Robin, about Emma, about Mac, and especially about Felicia. Let us talk about Felicia for a second, because the irony here is just too rich. Felicia is the one who literally bashed Peter's head in with a tire iron. She ended his life. And now, Felicia is the one who just visited Anna in France, apologized for doubting her about the Cassius Phazon twin swap, and acted as her anchor to reality. Felicia is trying to bring Anna back to the light, while the hallucination of the man Felicia killed is dragging Anna back into the dark. It is poetic cinema, people. It is Shakespearean tragedy, wrapped in a daytime soap opera. And I have to praise the way they set up this Cassius Phazon reveal too, because it completely lulled us into a false sense of security. We watched Anna put the pieces together. We watched her realize that when Nathan first came to Port Charles, his DNA and fingerprints matched because Cassius had secretly swapped them and cremated the real Nathan. We saw Anna's mind working at full capacity. We thought she was cured. The writers deliberately made us believe that Anna was back to her old, brilliant self, just so they could pull the rug out from under us in the final seconds of the episode with that Peter August jump scare. I am just pacing my living room, thinking about how this is going to play out when she actually lands in Port Charles. We are coming up on the 16,000th episode on July 13. Jason is coming back, and we know he is returning as a changed, hardened man after his time in the WSB Black site in Jakarta. Valentine Cassadine is on his way back from Geneva after meeting with the mysterious WSB leader Z. Carly is breaking into Windermere to save Jocelyn. The canvas is primed for an absolute explosion of violence and drama. If Anna steps off that plane and starts operating as a lone wolf assassin, taking out WSB agents and mobsters because Peter's ghost is whispering in her ear, I do not even know how the Port Charles Police Department is going to handle it. Dante is already dealing with Rocco's fury over Britt Westbourne's arrest in Tortola. Chase is facing massive career issues after arresting Tracy Quartermain. The cops are distracted. Anna could easily slip through the cracks and execute her deadly intentions before anyone even realizes she is the one pulling the trigger. And what about Valentine? He has been hiding in Carly's attic for months, running from Cullum. He loves Anna. He has always loved Anna. When he finds out that she is back, he is going to want to see her. But if Anna's mind is being poisoned by Peter, how will she react to Valentine? Will she see him as an ally, or will Peter convince her that Valentine is a threat? Peter always hated Valentine. Peter blamed Valentine for so much of his miserable life. If Peter is steering the ship, Valentine might be walking right into a death trap. I know I am rambling, but there are just so many moving parts right now. I have been watching this show since 2015, and I have sat through some truly bizarre storylines. Remember when they tried the whole memory mapping thing with Drew and Jason? Yeah, that was a headache. Remember the whole Fluke storyline? Do not even get me started. But this psychological break for a legacy character like Anna Devane, this is the kind of storytelling that keeps me emotionally invested year after year. It is heartbreaking though. It really is. Anna has spent her entire life trying to be the good guy. She has fought the WSB's corruption from the inside. She has taken down cartels and madmen. She sacrificed her own happiness to protect her daughter and her granddaughter. And now, after all of that, her own mind is betraying her. The trauma of her past, the guilt of her failures, it is all manifested into the shape of Peter August. I am dreading what comes next, but I am also physically incapable of looking away. I need to know what her first move is going to be. Will she go after Cullum at Windermere? Will she intercept Sidwell? Will she just show up at the Metrocourt pool and stare blankly at Emma and Gio? Tell me I am not crazy for thinking this is going to be the darkest summer Port Charles has seen in a long time. I need to know what you guys think. Drop your theories in the comments, hit me up in the chat, because I cannot be the only one losing my mind over this. Is Peter really just a hallucination? Or is there some other WSB mind control trickery happening here? Is Anna going to become the very thing she spent her life fighting? Let us talk about it, because I am definitely not sleeping tonight.